You said that the fitness and the bodybuilding saved your life.
Because discipline is the easiest thing to lose, but the hardest thing to attain. You have the ability to control the outcome of your situation. You can control it. If you want to be devastated, it can be that. If you want it to be happy, it can be that as well. It's called choices.
Welcome to Dr. Dana's show. Today we have a most amazing guest who needs no introductions. He's been in Hollywood for over 16 years. He's a transformative coach. He's an A-list trainer for the stars, Black Panther, and also the 3 Creed films, working with Michael B. Jordan. We're going to talk about how he transforms people, not just physically in the body, but with the mind and the heart and the soul, and keeps them going and they get to where they're going to, even when they want to quit a lot of times. I think this is a really huge thing. And I haven't said his name yet, but his name is Calliet. He's here on the show, an amazing show.
Sir.
Thanks for coming today, sir.
Be here, glad to be here, Doc. Glad to be here. Thank you for the introduction. I have been in the game for a long time. I came from Louisiana, which is really weird because you don't see celebrities in Louisiana. You see football players and basketball players. And
LSU.
to be able to make LSU, I live right down the street, and to make it to this level of Hollywood is another level. And it took mindset and my upbringing, very hard. I learned what work ethic really was.
Talk about that a little bit.
I learned about really overcoming adversity, but not adapting, but evolving, but overcoming the adaptation and the evolution of what I wanted to be, having faith. I grew up in a place where you couldn't see what the next thing would be. All you saw was the hood. New Orleans, should I say. It's pretty rough. I'm built through hard work, adversity, and overcoming anything. And that's why I'm able to do the things that I do and train the people who I've trained, because the people who I've trained, I can say it's a career builder. When they came to me, they were normal actors, now they're superstars because of something I had inside of me that I instilled into them to become who they are.
So Michael B. Jordan wasn't any big star at the time?
He wasn't a star, but he had just had a movie that he had been acting for a very long time, but he hadn't got to that peak yet. So he had to find that one thing that he was going to be able to do to take his body, his career to the next level, and that was through physical transformation.
And that was Creed?
Creed 1.
1, okay.
Yeah, which was an amazing movie.
Because Creed 3, I was looking at that, and you put on like 15, 20 pounds of muscle in 8 weeks or something like that?
That was like a year. Every time we would train, he would have the weight on, and then he would take it off, and then we would put it back on. We would go back and forth. So by Creed 3, his body started to actually create the size and the shape that we wanted to have filled out so that he can, grace the screen with his presence.
Something you said was very interesting, and it really hit home to me, is that you said that the fitness and the bodybuilding saved your life. Is that a true statement?
Absolutely. It wasn't because of anything with health. It was because it gave me discipline. It gave me consistency. It made me understand the value of time. Reason I say that is because when I started working out, it took me 6 years to do what I did in 8 weeks.
Explain that.
I was working out, trying everything. I was a mailman. I even turned my mailman job into a fitness job. I would run the route and everything, which I would tell any mailman, do not run the routes. They would just give you more.
In the summertime in New Orleans?
They would give you more mail. You would not get home early. Take your time. So from the time when I started working out for those 6 years, I was trying to figure it out. I was boxing, I was doing this, I was running, I was doing everything.
Yeah, you were
but
athlete,
nothing,
right?
I was an athlete, but nothing would actually get me where I wanted to be at until I did my first bodybuilding show. And in bodybuilding, my life changed because I transformed myself in 8 weeks by just repetition, by consistency, by discipline, by sacrifice, the foundation of what bodybuilding is built on. You can't have a body that's worth building if you don't have consistency, sacrifice, and work ethic. You can't have it. It will not happen. Discipline is one thing that everyone can have. It's a choice. It's a personal choice, but everyone doesn't use it. Discipline is personal. That's the word that people forget about. Discipline is personal.
Is this the hardest thing you teach the people you're working with?
Absolutely. Discipline is personal. And you got to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, you're going to apply the discipline to it to get what you need to get.
Are there certain things you can do that help you have more discipline, or is it all coming from the mind?
It all come from the mind.
Okay.
Because that's the easiest thing to lose, but the hardest thing to attain. Why? Because it takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes you to do that thing over and over and over again. So I'll tell you a story. Last month of June was one of the most mental challenging months I've had in a long time. I injured myself 3 times in June. I fell off my bike. Cycling, which is one of the most happiest things that I do, I fell off my bike 3 times. I went into depression. When I go into depression, I want to eat whatever, I want to lay down and sleep, I want to be hard on myself. But sooner or later, I had to stop. And it took the discipline to stop to say, hold up, look around you. You got a nice house. You got nice cars. You have a job. You make money. You're healthy. This is only a setback. That's all it is. I had to learn how to be happy with what I had in front of me, what was going on, and not be down on myself because it wasn't my usual, because life always changes. Things happen. That's where that mental strength comes in.
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass. You have to understand.
When you're in
that
it,
thing.
you have to know it. It's very difficult sometimes.
Anytime something hard is going on, something greater is about to happen. You think about a seed that's planted in the soil. That seed is in that soil, minding its business, but it's about to become something greater by becoming a really big tree that's going to give shade and give nourishments to the world. We don't know what it's going to be, but that little seed is going through all that soil. It was going through the most toxic things it could go through to become out and be a beautiful tree. That's what it is. Anytime that you're about to reach the next level of your life, you're going to go through some type of adversity, but are you ready for that next level by getting over that adversity?
You don't have to tell me. I can get that 100%.
And that's the things that I instill into my clients. What you go through right here, right now, is not just about right here and right now. It's going to benefit you later. You see, the results don't come today. The results come tomorrow. The work you put in today will not benefit you today or make you better for tomorrow. Always, I say planning for the future. Your results is your 401k. If you put enough time in and you do it right, you're going to have a really nice 401k. That's the big thing. You have to put in time now to get the greater one for later. And that's how I think about what I have. And I realized growing up how I did, what I've been doing got me where I'm at. Another situation happened because acting goes up and down with me because I'm at the beginning stage of it, but I'm doing much better than a lot of people did when they started. And my cousin called me one day. She said, "Corey, I want you to go read a scripture." And the scripture was about to say the first will be last and the last will be first. She said, I really hope that you're acting and doing what you're supposed to be doing because people need to hear your story, especially coming from where you come from and being able to face that adversity and come out because it's unusual. Right. See, the thing is this. She said, you were born when your mom died at 4 years old. You were in homes where people, they didn't want you, but they kept you. So she said you had to act all the time. She said, you've been acting your whole life. You had to act a certain kind of way so people can keep you. She said, so don't think that you haven't been doing the work. You've been doing the work the entire time. And when I thought about that, it kind of brought tears in my eyes, and I said, look at what God did. He brought me through these things. He brought me through ups and downs. He brought me through adversity because he had something greater for me later, which later is now. So only imagine where life is about to go at next.
But you had to get through that, and you had to realize there's something later, because if you don't, you're going to self-destruct.
In order to get to the sunshine, you got to go through the storm. A rainbow don't just pop out the blue. It don't just come out. Something has to happen for that thing to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the mental mindset and the mental pedigree I have. And the thing is this, I'm a picture of health and also mental strength. But I have my weak moments. You know why I like my weak moments? You know why? Because I want to see how strong I really am.
What are they? Does it have anything to do with food?
Of course.
What food do you like?
I love McDonald's, man.
Okay.
Man, I'm a Big Mac. If Big Mac, somebody from Big Mac looking, listen. From McDonald's, talk to me. I love Big Macs.
We got to cut that part out of the tape.
Nah, but I believe in, every now and then I have a cheat meal. I don't eat healthy cheat meals. I don't care what platform they have me on. I will never be that person. I don't eat health. I eat cheat meals because it's a cheat meal. My body deserves a little bit of something, but I don't live in it. I don't live in it because I'm not going to ever be the person that's going to destroy my body by eating certain type of foods that can hurt me. I can't. My temper is so important, and because I live this lifestyle, I really live a healthy lifestyle. I live a healthy lifestyle. Even when you're not, I may not be looking shredded all the time. Most of the time I do, but if I'm not, I'm still better than 75% of the population. But I'm a real person. Most fitness people they act like they aren't real people.
That's what I want to talk to you about. Because when I watch some of your podcasts, it talks about how when you train the people you're working with, you let them in.
Yeah.
You're not just like this big rock muscle guy, and
I'm already intimidated.
There's no ego or anything. That's what's so amazing.
There's no way that I can be a rock or be intimidated and allow you to be open enough to allow yourself to train. See, what trainers miss is the connectivity. Okay. It's more than just about fats, proteins, and carbohydrates and your PRs. Your first session, I don't give a damn about your results. I mean, what you want to do. How you doing? Right. How's work? How's your kids? How's your husband? How's your wife? How's work? I want to talk about your personal life because I need to know what's going on inside here. Actually, I need to know what's going on in your subconscious. Right. See, what people don't understand is I need to get back here to fix the subconscious, because the subconscious is what is where we really dwell. But we show face on something else. Because see, when I could get you to connect to what's back here in the subconscious, and I could get to what you want to see to connect, then we have something. And the only way you can do that is by trusting the person that's giving you the information. So if I'm going to lay myself down and tell you everything, of course, it's going to come back. You're going to let me in. And that's the goal, to be able to let
That's
in.
the difference between you and other trainers. That's why I've done so well.
That's why it's done so well, because I'm not a robot. I'm a person.
I think of it as a compassionate boot camp.
It is.
Let's
talk about it. Let's let it out. You know, and that's my way of helping people, is just like making people understand like my story and understand like what I've been through and what I've done and what I've been able to go through and be able to come out of, and let them know that you can do it. And in return, they inspire me by letting me know some of their stories and what they've done and how they've been able to improve and how they got better. And I'm just here to take the little bit that they give me, use it to use on them to get them better. You know, I love when people open up, and we got it. I just need you to trust me. So in order for you to trust me, I got to give you a little bit of myself.
Talk a little bit about, there's massive health fads out there now. As a naturopathic doctor, I get like 10, 20 emails, calls every single day for different products and things like that. So the average person, because I know you don't just work with A-list movie stars, you help a lot of Americans. And I'm talking about somebody like 40 and 50 years old. What would you tell them right away? What are the 3 things they have to do to have a successful longevity with working out and getting big like you?
Number one, get some blood work done. You need to know what's going on the inside. You do not know what's going on. You cannot see it. You can't even feel it. Sometimes something is hiding behind something else. Get some blood work to find out what's really going on. Second of all, get on a regimen. I need you to start moving. I don't care if you're walking.
Anything?
I don't care if you're walking, riding a bike, if you want to walk upstairs, you need to start moving, because as we get to the middle age of our lives, at times we just mentally want to just shut down and just live. And that's not the way. And I want you to either, next thing is, it's actually 4. I'm gonna give you 4. Join a group class, fitness class or something like that, because it's at that late age, it gets boring. And do something fun. It don't have to be strenuous. Do something really fun. And last but not least, learn about healthy choice when it comes to food. Make food your friend, not something that you just go to when you're depressed or you just want to do it because you're bored. Learn how food can change your life and help with longevity so you can live a better and more healthier life. And if you can do those 4 things, 1, you went to a doctor to see what's going on so the doctor can help lead you to the next place. Then you started to move. Now you exercising 3 or 4 times a week, maybe 30, 45 minutes a day. Now you got a group class, so now you built community. So now you're not going by yourself and have to go through that, whatever. You have friends now. And last but not least, now you're eating healthy. Now what happens now is that's called transformation, over with.
Cool. Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Talk about the macros a little bit. And talk about the macros in working out and bodybuilding and getting shredded versus building muscle, and how much you need of each one.
It depends on the size that you're trying to do. Of course, we know.
Like a monster.
As far as
big guy.
Basically right now, because I'm doing a triathlon, and I'm doing a sprint, then a triathlon, I eat around my workouts. I have to have my carbohydrates to get through it. I have to have my carbohydrates to repair. Because carbohydrates are actually good for you. Our body needs that fuel.
If you're burning them, they're great.
Yeah,
and if they're good sources,
if you're burning them, for sure. If you're not burning them, then you should not be trying to use something that you cannot get rid of.
Exactly. How understandable is that to the average person?
They don't understand.
They're not in touch with their body. They haven't cleaned up their body enough. They're not pure enough to understand, like, I feel like this, so I need to eat protein. I feel like this, no. If I eat that sugar, oh, it's going to be, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just an intuitive almost understanding.
Sometimes you're not going to even know what your body needs until you actually get down in size, get down in body fat. Because then you can start seeing, and you think about the process of, what did I actually do? What did I need? What didn't I have so that I can have the body that I want? You won't even know.
Well, the fat is so much estrogen coming out of the fat for men or women that it kind of masks the symptoms and masks even kind of what you're thinking sometimes and what you need.
That's true. I did that in June. I'm a real person. I got depressed. I was eating everything. I just didn't care. I felt pregnant some days, walking around like, ugh. But it's because I was eating for comfort. I was eating because I was depressed eating. And I'm okay with saying that, because I also knew how to turn it off. Some people don't know how to get out of that.
How do you get out of it? How do you deal with all that fat and all the estrogen and everything?
I'm tough. But I also make people see themselves while they're training. Because most people, they act like they're okay and happy with what they have, but they're not. and I make them see why they're lying to themselves. But it's also looking at the man in the mirror, looking at the woman in the mirror. If you could get in the mirror and you could be okay, I'm talking about 100% okay with looking like, but with looking okay or feeling okay, I can't touch you. You're never going to change. But 9 times out of 10, you're not okay. 9 times out of 10, you're regretting it. 9 times out of 10, you're upset. 9 times out of 10, you're mad at yourself. So if all those things are like that, all they're left to do is to do something about it.
Subconscious, what's going on with that?
That's
What's making it happen?
Let me tell
Did
you,
they
that's
break up with the husband? Did they break up with the wife? Did
so many people,
Yeah.
you know, breakups lead to
a lot of crazy stuff.
breakups lead to better bodies. That's one, and also lead to crazy people.
Right.
Sometimes you get both. You get a better body and they're crazy now.
Because I remember you were doing one show and the guy's running up the hill and you're like, who are you doing this for? He's like, my wife. Who are you doing this for? Myself.
Exactly.
And it was a complete shift.
The thing is this, you may go into it one way, but you're going to come out of it another. You may go into it mad at the person, but you're going to come out of it happy with yourself. A lot of times our why is not why we started. Our why got us to begin, but it was something else why we did it. You know, people got to ask, what's your why? And then you start asking, why not? So my why is, I want to be an action star. Okay. Then I start judging myself, saying, why not? Why aren't you? Then you start finding out the things to do it. So if you want to be these things, why do you want to do it, and why aren't you doing these things? I had a talk with myself. I always have to talk to myself. I don't answer myself because I'm not crazy. But I said, all right, Corey, you want to be an actor, right? I said, yeah. He said, you work out hard, right? I said, yeah. He said, you work out about 3 times a day. I said, yep, you see me every day.
Is that every day?
Most of the time, yeah.
It's not overtraining? You don't overtrain?
I don't know what that is.
You're in that good a shape. That's amazing.
I don't know what overtraining. I know when I'm tired, but that don't mean nothing. I'm
just
wired for
push
this.
through it. Okay.
Yeah, that I got to test myself. So if you was mentally weak, I got to be mentally strong to do something to say that, oh, that was just a moment. Because if I stay in a mentally weak place, every time something happens, I'm going to go right back to that spot because it gave me comfort. I didn't like it, but it gave me comfort. So now I got to challenge myself, going to do something that's so hard that only 2-3% of the world of people can actually do. I got to go test myself mentally. People need inspiration. Oh, yeah. I changed my title on my Instagram from motivational speaker to voice of inspiration. Interesting. Motivation is not always available. Motivation don't last long.
Yeah.
Motivation lasts as long as a red light and a green light, up and down. But inspiration will always be there. No matter what, it's going to be that. You need to inspire. I challenge every person to wake up every single day, realizing you have one task, to inspire one person.
You're a conduit for the light.
Inspiration.
That's who you are.
Inspiration.
You just figured it out. It's so good.
When I was talking to RJ, my new client, he said, I know you transform people and do that. He said, but the thing that stuck with me, he says, it was your mindset. He said, I listen to the things that you say. I listen to how you live your life. You see, it's cool to talk about the celebrities I've trained. They're celebrities, cool, whatever. When people come to me, they look at how I live my life. I live my life as a man of honor, respect, dignity, pride.
Southern gentleman, you said, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I live their life. You see me doing all of these things. You see me working like I'm supposed to. You see me leading a healthy lifestyle. You don't see me out here disrespecting people. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm a man of God. I'm a man that lives his life right. That inspires people because we need more people like that, especially in today's world.
Especially today, exactly.
Because
about this.
if I'm being honest, we live in a weak men world right now. Men are weak these days.
The earth is filled with a lot of bad stuff right now.
We live in a very...
There's pockets of really good too. And
when you find a solid man, a stand-up man, stay close to him. I was reading something that testosterone levels are at the all-time lowest.
Yeah, I see that every day.
Men are suffering from depression.
It's amazing.
They're mentally heavy on themselves. They're being challenged and don't know how to actually come out of it. We live in a weaker generation right now.
Yeah, they need a role model. You're definitely
and we continuously need men to inspire other men to stand up. Yeah. Be strong. And that doesn't say be courageous and crazy. Be strong. Be strong in yourself. Believe in yourself. If we believed in ourselves more and stop looking at the next person comparing, you'll see a better world.
That's cool. I like that.
There's many small things that we can do small mantras, small routines, small things, you know.
Yeah, talk about that, because people are going to watch this and they're going to want to know, you know, what are the things I can do to start transforming my life? And we did the 4 things. That's really cool.
Honestly, routine is cool.
The mental, emotional set. How do people break out of depression and you know?
Oh man, you just thought about something. I was coming from the doctor when I hurt myself, but it wasn't that bad. So I was irritated.
Your bike crash, you mean?
Yeah. I was a little irritated. I went to the store to go buy something to eat, get a drink and get a little snack or something. The cashier was very forward and rude. I could be rude and I can be forward. And then I'm also bigger than him too, so I'm gonna come off very different. I always heard, kill them with kindness. I was just extra kind. How you doing? You okay? You need anything? You're doing great. Thank you so much. And what it did for me, it wasn't to calm them down, it helped me out. Because I internally switched my energy from wanting to react to being reactive to how I really wanted to be. And I was being more kind. And it literally changed in that moment. I got in the car, I was like, dang. I said, I can't believe me being irritated, I was that nice to him. But it made me leave out the store with a smile. All it takes, kindness can get you a long way. Just being kind.
To another, it was so powerful.
Kindness is connectivity.
You need to act, always never react to anything, or else you lost it.
You can have enough self-control to do that. And I was like, wow. So I would tell people to be kind. You already have the 4, what I told you, living a healthy lifestyle. Be kind. Compassion, optimistic, being optimistic about everything, because it's gonna be okay.
And then you didn't even care about the injury?
It went away. I can't control what's going on in that man's life. I would have been so mad at that moment that it would have stopped my momentum for me to have a good day.
It blocks your flow. The lights don't turn green anymore. They start turning red. We see this all the time. Even the computer stops working. Because you cultivate up to a certain level, you have a responsibility for that energy, because it's powerful. But if you get really mad at somebody with that energy, it can really hurt them.
You know, my
like
favorite,
for weeks.
One of my quotes, you have the ability to control the outcome of your situation. You have the ability to control the outcome of your situation.
If you worked on yourself long enough.
You can. Whatever you want the outcome to be, you can control it. If you want to be devastated, it can be that. If you want it to be happy, it can be that as well. It's called choices. You have to make the choice, but always make the choice that's going to benefit you. We have to stop making choices that's going to benefit other people and that's going to put us in places where we don't feel good about what we did or what we're going to do. Make the best choice for yourself. If you want to be happy, make happy choices. If you want to be successful, make choices that's going to make you successful. If you want to be pissed off, do something that's going to make you be pissed off, and you're going to see what happens. You have that choice. You can actually do that. And that's important. We have the ability to control the outcome of our situation. You just have to make the choice to make the change, to take a chance on yourself for a different situation to happen. It ain't hard. You have to want it bad enough.
Yeah.
Nothing is hard. We make it hard. The hardest thing in the world, with time, with practice, with control, it can happen. As soon as we start telling ourselves it's hard, it becomes hard. You gotta watch what you say. There's power in the tongue. Just like me swimming, I was on myself like, man, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be hard. That first day I did it was hard. When I started saying, oh, I can do this, oh, I got it, I started swimming like a fish, anything. When I started cycling, that first day kicked my butt. I'm a real life cyclist. I race and do everything else. It ain't hard, it's what you make out of it.
Do you find, what % less recovery do you have now than when you were like 20 and 30? How much longer, I should say, does it take you to recover now than it did when you were in 20s and 30s from a really hard workout? Like it used to take you a day, now it takes you 2-3 days, or?
But you know, it's funny thing. I worked through my pain. So like, but it takes, I don't know, because when I get hit hard, I just got to lay down. So I take 24 hours to recover over everything. If I have one day to recover, I'll be okay. I'm talking about doing nothing. I will have to just like do the normal stuff. I ain't talking about walking on the treadmill, no active recovery. Just sitting around, doing normal stuff, take a ride, don't exercise, don't do nothing. Like some people, we do active recovery, you can walk. No, don't do nothing. Like, excuse my language, sit your ass down.
I had a lot of patients who were trainers. They're the hardest ones to treat.
They are.
Because a lot of times they have a pathology that they needed to stop. They're using that energy in their exercise that they needed to heal. And they don't understand that. And they don't want to stop because I guess they think they're going to get smaller or something's going to happen.
It's because we move so much.
I guess
we do so much. It's hard for me to stop too. Last night, I knew I had to get up this morning. I swam yesterday morning. I weight trained at 5 Then I swam at 9, and then
9 p.m.
in the morning.
Oh, okay.
And then I did some other things, and I boxed last night, and I was going to run again, and I started feeling sick, like I was getting a cold. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm not going to go work out. My body's telling me, Corey, slow down. You're getting sick. Your immune system is getting weak. I slept 8 hours last night, woke up this morning. I didn't feel it no more.
That's one thing when you work out a lot. I used to work out a lot. It was the immune system could take you out because if you get sick, then you can't train.
You can't, and then you can't train. You're depressed. When you're depressed, you eat. And you eat, you're fat. It's a whole roller coaster.
Just like that.
It's like that. So I think about, okay, if I don't want all of these things to happen, let me just sit down for a second and relax, and I'll be okay. And just that, I relaxed. I'm here talking to you, feeling good. Look, everything feels great.
Something else keeps coming to my mind. I used to work out quite a bit, and they called me Big Bird in high school, and I hated it. I could not gain an ounce of muscle. My metabolism was so fast. And so I would eat like, a 12 or 14-ounce steak, and that was just dinner, a baked potato filled with sour cream. And like 3 hours later, I was eating crab cakes. I mean, I just was a machine, right? So what do you think is the best protein? I mean, I think it's steak to build muscle. That's for me always.
Steak to build muscle.
Good,
Beef can build muscle.
Good, clean meat. You get it from the butcher box. It's not the adulterated stuff.
I've learned that what has the highest protein? Lobster.
Really?
Yeah.
Not sushi?
No.
Do you eat sushi?
I eat sushi, but lobster.
That seemed like to go right to the muscles. Instant. It's like almost pre-digested.
Yeah, that's true. But sushi has, other stuff with it too. I'm a chicken and rice kind of guy. I'll tell people all the time there's chicken and rice everywhere. I don't care where you go at in the world. There's chicken and rice, and I've tried. I've been in Korea. I've been in Spain and all those places. I've been all around the world. Everybody had chicken and rice. Yeah. You can find chicken and rice everywhere. I'm okay with that. That's going to give me the protein I need and the carbohydrates. But I'm O positive. So red meat, for me, I'm a caveman. I tried to do the vegan and plant-based stuff before. Got fat.
You're tired?
I got fat because what happens is...
From vegan?
Yeah, from like plant-based, our body, all those wheats and all those grains and stuff like that, it makes us gain weight.
There's a huge amount of inflammation in that stuff. And the wheat's all adulterated. I wouldn't eat wheat ever again.
It's funny, so tortilla chips, wheat. As much as I love them, it makes me feel bloated. And I love them. I still eat it sometimes, though.
Well, it's from Roundup.
Yeah.
It's nasty stuff.
For me to get lean, when I get real lean, I'm eating steak. And steak has so many different nutrients in it. It has BCAAs in it. It has everything. Like, I love a good steak. And really good quality meat doesn't make you feel bloated. It digests easy. Now,
Costco has that prime beef.
I'm gonna have to go get that from Costco. Listen.
I know you're a busy guy. You got a lot to do today. Sounded like to me at the moment when you were in, I don't know if it's an orphanage or where you were when you were younger.
I was with my family.
You had to act. Just to get the people to like you. That's kind of like your transition right there. That's what made you the strength of your life, gave you.
My strength came from not allowing myself to become a victim of my past.
Yeah, the victim mentality is so bad. It's so easy to fall into.
I've heard this before. Corey, I'm surprised you came as far as you have, because what you went through, most people look for sympathy. They become weak.
Angry.
And angry.
Angry.
You turned your pain into your prize, into your passion, and now you get paid for it.
That's awesome.
That's the thing that changed. One of my friends said that one time, they said, brother, there's no mentors you could get, there's no books you can read, there's none of that. He said, because your life is so different from everybody that I've ever met, and you're doing all of it at one time. I say, that's the thing I gotta keep depending on myself. I trust in God. I keep God first. My favorite scripture, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to thy own understanding. And all thy days acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. That is the one scripture that I learned when I was in church in the fraternity. We used to step to that song, to that verse, and I remember that. And everything I did, I always trusted in him, that he will lead my path. And all my days.
Then you got it. If you can really do that. I don't know anybody 100%, but like 95 or so, it's amazing what happens.
Bro, I don't worry. I tried to worry one time, and I feel like God was like,
He was
like, what you doing, bro? He said, listen, bro, take a look back at where you came from. You didn't do this by yourself. This was me. You think I brought you this far for you to fail? He said, could you stop worrying? Because you making my nerves bad. Just chill, and you're going to be all right. And that's all I do.
That's good, man. You're hitting deep spots with that one. That's so powerful.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what it's about. This is who I am. I minister to people's heart, to their mind, to their soul, and their body.
You were almost a minister at one time, weren't you?
Not almost. I wasn't almost.
You were?
No, they wanted me to because I have a lot of ministers in my family.
That's what it was. I saw on the podcast you had all, and you were kind of like in line with that?
Not in line, but
Could have been.
When I talk sometime, I can give a ministerial delivery. But I said, no, I'm not about to be in hooping and hollering in the pulpit, and I'm not, no. But I realized that my gift was to be able to use the vessel that I have and help people change their vessel.
You're a minister out in the public.
Exactly.
It's maybe more powerful.
I minister to the one thing that people need every day, and that's their body and their life and their mind. If I can help you to change that one thing that you have to use every single day. You cannot go through life without using your body. I don't care if you're handicapped. If you're blind, you can still hear. If you can hear but you can't see. If you're incapacitated in the bed, you still can hear, you still can see, and you still can taste. If I can change this right here, I can change your life. And that's it.
Any last words?
Thank you for having me. I hope that this
Pleasure.
I hope this touches and changes someone, if it's just one.
You're strong. We don't see people like you very often. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Doc.
Thank you.